Good morning, everybody. It's Brunch with Brian. Welcome. Have some nice things to talk about today. And of course, today we start with Brunch with Brian. It's Welcome to May. Today is May Day, so it's a very special day. Start of a new month. Goodbye to April. Welcome to May. So we're going to have a great month. It's going to be a challenging month. Every month is challenging in its own way. So it's Friday, so of course we're in formal dining room Friday. Hello, can you see me in the mirror over there? Hi in the mirror. Formal dining room Friday. So we start with our smile. What always helps us smile is our babies. And you know they have a haircut today. They got their nice little haircut. So Mars looks so cute with his haircut. You can see his little face and his eyes, so nice. Okay, everybody's smiling. Start with 30 seconds of smiling. Get your brain chemistry right. And, actually sometimes you can get all kind of, in a mood, can't you? Sometimes it's easy to get in a mood and you kind of get mad and you kind of get mean sometimes. Or else just, or depressed or funky in a bad mood. And sometimes it's anger, sometimes it's sadness, or sometimes it's just whatever negative funk you get in. And everybody has those. Nobody's 100% positive Pollyanna all the time. But when you find someone like that, that's a great role model. And we talk about roles all the time. And so, guys, we're going to talk about roles a little bit today. So today, obviously, we always like to be in industrious, grateful me. Always like to be grateful me. Always like to be happy me. We always like to be fulfilled, happy me. And that's what we're in when we're smiling. And so happy me, when you put the smile on your face, that's why I love the smile. The smile will actually get you out of that role. Now, believe it or not, when you're not feeling good, when you're in a bad mood, you're in a role, okay? You've actually picked a role, whatever role that is for you. Now, some of us have a poor me. We all have poor me role. And sometimes we all feel put upon by the world, and we all feel like, the world is coming down upon us. And so poor me, we all kind of have that role. So let's try to not do that role today. Okay, no poor me today. We all have so many things to be grateful for. So smiling. So many things to be grateful for. So when you're smiling, it's hard not to say, hey, I feel grateful. Let's list 3 things we're grateful for. I feel so grateful for Lynette. Lynette is so wonderful. She's been in my life for 37 years, and I'm so lucky. And what a blessing. I couldn't think of what more wonderful gift God could have brought me. Okay, and now my 3 kids, what a blessing, they have been in my life and will continue to be. And then, there's so many other things that you can count amongst, not just the people in your life, but, some of the beautiful things, it sounds silly, but my beautiful dogs, I love Saturn and Mars and all the people, all my friends and family, all you guys are so important to us. You guys, I don't always see you every day, but I know you're there, and we talk every day, and you guys write to us, and I read your letters and talk to you a lot. And so you're very, very important to us, all of you. And so you make this possible, what we do. So we love giving back to you guys. You are such a big part. Now, I've been thinking, oh no, we didn't do our deep breathing yet. So let's do our deep breathing. 3 times in. Okay, ready? Deep breath in. Keep smiling during your breathing. And hold it for a second. And then deep breath out. And when you let it go, of course, we're letting go of all your tension and any kind of negativity or anything goes out. Okay, another deep breath in. You can take it in slow, you can take it in fast. Hold it for a second, and then normally I let it out kind of slow, because I like to focus on letting go of all the tension and negativity when I do that. You can do your kind of shoulder rolls and your neck roll while you're doing that. Remember, especially, I like to get all that tension out of your shoulders and your neck area, because that's where so much of us hold so much of that tension. Okay, and last deep breath in. With the big smile. And let it all out. Oh, that's so good. Okay, now what I want to talk about today, guys, was as I was thinking about keeping your thoughts positive really over this weekend. Let's try to do that. Let's try to really think positive about others. Let's try to stay very kind-hearted towards others. And I don't know I think I saw some piece on the news or some piece somewhere, and we do, we just to try to stay on top of things, we'll try to click in and watch a little bit of the local news or something once in a while and see what's going on in the world. And it's hard to not see people kind of being mean to each other on the news. And so we're really trying to focus on not being mean in our thinking to other people, and trying to stay positive about the world as much as is possible, and staying positive towards other people. Now, I think that's really important because remember, we talk about the law of attraction, right, guys? We talk about staying positive, and when you stay positive, you attract positive thoughts, you attract positive people, you attract positiveness. And I always talk about how basically starting with Think and Grow Rich, and Napoleon Hill talks about throughout this book, there's this secret that is lying beneath, and I'm never going to say it out loud. I'm never going to specifically point to it, but it will gradually dawn on you and become uncovered. It's a good, actually, it's a good narrative ploy because it keeps you engaged and like you're hunting for this secret. And I think that's probably where the author of The Secret got this idea for the book, The Secret, because that's basically, the secret is the law of attraction. I'm just, as a man thinketh, so is he, and there's a lot of quotes about this, the Bible and that. And so, guys, if you think very mean-spirited about other people, how is that eventually going to make you be as a person? You're going to become a mean-spirited person. And if you think harshly about other people, eventually what kind of person is that going to make you? It's going to make you a harsh person. And so I've really been working on this with our students and with Lynette and everybody around us, trying to stay more positive about other people. And even when people really annoy you, and in the real estate world, you're going to talk to a lot of people, and there's going to be workmen, and there's going to be tradespeople, and there's going to be people that you run into, and bankers and lenders and stuff that annoy you and don't come through sometimes. And sometimes it's going to be very hard to be forgiving and kind. Okay, it's going to be hard to be kind in your thinking. But the more you can adhere to kind thoughts about others, the more kind you are as a person. Okay, and so we all want to be kind. And there's a really great quote, and maybe Van can help me with this. And it's, loving kindness is greater than laws. And I told you guys that way back when I was in college, I clipped 1 million quotes, and I had them on little slips of paper, and someday I'll find them. I know I have them somewhere buried. And they would all have the quote and then the source. That's either from the Talmud or the Quran. Now, that's the holy books, of course, of the Jewish faith and of the Arab, Jewish faith. So if you guys know the Quran and the Talmud, those are great, and the Bible. Now, those are all great works of religion, and all have great quotes and great wisdom in them. And so loving kindness is greater than laws. So I want all you guys to go and spread loving kindness in the world, and keep your thoughts positive. So, and let's try to do that for the whole weekend and stay very positive about, our thinking And that way, you know, you don't become a harsh person, you don't become a mean-spirited person if we can try to keep our thoughts very positive. So let's do our best to do that. And I guess that's sort of the message for today, is stay kind in your thoughts and be a kind person, because that's what you are. Sometimes you think, hey, you know, I can get away with thinking kind of negatively about those people or those people. But guys, every time you think negatively about either a thing, a person, or a situation, you know, the more negative thinking you allow to creep in, the more negative you become. And this is one of my favorite sayings. And I interviewed a motivational speaker for a show a TV show that I was involved with when I was in my teens. And he said that when you think about someone else, and if you don't like that person and you're sending out, you know, negative vibes, or if you hate that person, you keep the original. You're just sending out a copy. So I mean, if you hate someone, you're holding that hate in you, or that anger towards that person in you. So you're feeling that emotion. They're not feeling that emotion. You're feeling that negative emotion. So you're keeping the original. You're just sending out a copy. So who wants to keep that original? So I say either try not to think of that person, try to think of positive things, and just as much as you can, get that person out of your life. Try to get that person out of your life as much as you can so that you don't feel that negative emotion, or think of a different way to think about that person. And try to think of that person as much, and as hard as it is sometimes, try to think of that person with kindness. And try to, you know, I don't know, try to think of the world from that person's point of view if you can. And try to know that that person is just trying to do their best. It's hard to think that way sometimes because that person might be purposely mean towards you. And so it might be difficult to try to think kindly towards someone who's purposely being mean to you. And it might be very hard to not be mean back. But remember, every time you're thinking mean, if you're thinking mean thoughts towards someone or negative thoughts towards someone, you're becoming a meaner person. And who wants to be a mean person? We all want to be kind, loving people. And so try to keep our thoughts kind and loving, even towards people who are not being kind or loving towards you. That's what Jesus was talking about when he said, turn the other cheek. He didn't want you to become a mean, terrible, ugly person when confronted with mean, terrible, ugly people. Okay, so that's the idea, is to rise above it if possible. And it's not easy, but let's try to do that going forward. Today, this weekend, and in life, let's try to greet harshness with kindness, and stay kind in our own hearts as much as we can. Boy, I went off on a tangent there of kindness. So I guess that's why I wore a pink shirt today. So let's try to be really kind to each other and stay kind in our own hearts today. So love you guys, and have a great weekend. And I will see you back on Monday with Brunch with Brian. And we have lots of great stuff going on. I know a lot of you guys have a lot of stuff going on with the office right now. So call the office. And don't forget now, Global Publishing has a really cool summit coming up next week, a live summit that we're going to be part of, I think on Friday. So actually a week from today, you might actually be able to see us at Global's live summit. We're going to be talking about our social media marketing, our free social media marketing system. So if you guys are going to be part of that Global summit, which I absolutely recommend, it's free, and you can get the information from Global Publishing or us. I mean, we know the sign in. If you don't know their number, we can hook you up with that. So it's Global Publishing Incorporated though, and it's next Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So that's very cool. And we'll be on, I believe on Friday, late in the day, about 4 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern time. We're going to be talking about our free social media marketing system, which is incredible for getting a ton of buyer and seller leads off of social media. So definitely get on board with that next week, and we might see you on that next week. But of course, we'll see you on Brunch with Brian on Monday at this same time. Okay, this was really a nice one, guys, and it's a lot to think about today. And so let's all get charged up and have a great weekend, and keep the thoughts positive and kind and loving. So see you guys next week.